Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. 972 days less the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Kyrylo Budanov, chief of Ukraine's defense intelligence, expects the first North Korean soldiers to arrive on the Kursk front on 23rd of October, reports Hromadske. However, it remains unclear how many soldiers will arrive and how they will be equipped. Budanov added that more information will become available in the coming days. On 8th of October, South Korea's Ministry of Defense reported that North Korea was likely to send some of its regular armed forces to the battlefield in Ukraine in support of Russia. On 13th of October, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy stated that North Korea was supplying Russia not only with weapons but also with military personnel and called on partners to increase aid for Ukraine. On 17th of October, Zelenskyy specified that Russia intended to involve about 10,000 soldiers from North Korea in the war against Ukraine. Later, at a meeting with journalists, the president said that Russia fears a harsh reaction from China to the issue of attracting military personnel from North Korea to participate in the war. He explained North Korea's support for the Kremlin's policy by its poverty, reports Interfax Ukraine. North Korea has called the accusations by South Korea and Ukraine that it is sending soldiers to fight on the side of Russia groundless rumors, reports Slovo y Dilo. So far, the US did not confirm the deployment of troops and only commented that it would be worrisome if it were true. Talking to journalists on 21st of October, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that he expects that partners will extend an invitation to Ukraine to join NATO within its internationally recognized borders, reports European Pravda. The president emphasized that regardless of the path we take legally, no one will recognize occupied territories as territories of other states. He stressed that for Kyiv it is essential to receive an invitation during wartime. Regarding the conditions under which Ukraine's accession will take place and how long the process will last, the president said that this is a matter of diplomacy. He also emphasized that Ukraine is not discussing NATO membership in exchange for occupied territories. Quote, "We are not discussing this. However, I believe that these media leaks are not accidental. Some partners may have such thoughts. Therefore, they do not communicate this issue directly with me, but through the media. They are clearly testing the waters. I think it all depends on the Ukrainian society," unquote, Zelenskyy said. The Ukrainian leader expressed belief that the winner of the presidential elections in the US will take certain steps regarding the Russian-Ukrainian war even before January, before the official inauguration. The president believes that the readiness of the Russians for negotiations depends on the elections in the US. According to Zelenskyy, based on the information he received at meetings with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, they will not wait until January. We would really appreciate if you could rate us, ideally with 5 stars, and leave a glowing review in the app where you are listening to this podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and others. This really helps more people to find out about the highlights from Ukraine and truth about Russia's invasion. Following the corruption scandal in the Khmelnytsky Regional Medical and Social Assessment Board, or Commission, that assigns the status of the person with disabilities, the Security and Defense Council of Ukraine held a meeting, reports NV. Status of the person with disabilities not only allows people to illegally receive government support, but also protects men from mobilization, as well as allows them to travel abroad. At the meeting, a number of decisions were made in an effort to eliminate the corruption component from the work of medical and social expert commissions. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy instructed the Prime Minister to solve the problem at the level of central executive bodies, in particular relevant ministries. According to him, there should also be political responsibility of the Prosecutor General for the situation in the Prosecutor's Office of Ukraine, where many prosecutors used illegal means to obtain fake disabilities. Head of the Security Service of Ukraine, Vasyl Maluk, informed that in 2024, 64 officials from these commissions were suspected of committing crimes. 9 more people have already been convicted. In addition, over 4,100 conclusions on disability, which were drawn up on the basis of false documents, were cancelled. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal informed in the evening that Ukraine's medical and social assessment boards will be replaced with a new European model by the end of this year. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just 2 people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.